Well, it's when you recruit, it's a national process, and we want to start at home and work our way out. And we find some areas that we spend a lot of time recruiting that are further away, but then we still do a lot of recruiting that maybe we're not getting our boots on the ground and able to get to their schools or do some of that, but building the relationships with the kids, we're able to come across some kids that fit what we're trying to do. Come up on a visit, they get excited about where we're going with the program, and so some of them come from far away, and some of them come from closer. So we were able to bring in some kids from out west, and we brought another kid in from the Midwest. The first one, Brook Lennon, he's from the Chicago area in Illinois. Brook has family ties here to Minot, which was a big selling point and hook for not just for him but for us. His mom being from Minot originally, so he's got his grandparents and all those things. They're they got a summer cabin up at Lake Metagoshi. So North Dakota wasn't a far reach for somebody from Chicago that already comes up here all the time, anyways. But Brooke, he's an undersized offensive lineman. He's not an offensive lineman, but that's what he was playing in high school. We recruited him as a linebacker. He was here for our summer camp a couple times. Been here numerous occasions throughout the course of the fall and the winter. Phenomenal family. He's definitely, I feel like even before we technically signed him, that he was already part of our family, even as far back as last summer. So I think he's going to be a great player for us and a great person in our program. I think his family's planning on moving up here to Minot here in a couple of years when his sister graduates high school. So he's kind of a North Dakota kid, but he's also a Chicago kid. So that's where we hit in Illinois, and then we got out west, and we got out to California. We recruited Isiah Hall as a transfer running back. Played at Humboldt State. Humboldt State closed their football program down at the end of last fall, and again, as we're looking for running backs, and that was our position of need. We were really excited to have the opportunity with Isiah, because not only does he bring Division II experience, but he brings maturity to that group. So even if we bring in a handful of high school running backs, they're all going to be freshmen. And to be able to bring in somebody that's got that experience and got that maturity, all those things was huge for us. His dad played in the CFL. So he's got a lot of he's got that lineage, that resume in his family, and that DNA that's exciting. His mom's from Canada, so there's a lot of those things that kind of fits who we are as a program. And he's another guy that you wouldn't, if you talk to him today, you can't imagine. He's only been here for just over a month. He's gotten himself so tight with our guys and taken on leadership roles already. All those things that we need, that we're in dire need to be able to see for a junior running back for us coming right out the gate. So we're excited to see him play. I mean, it's I can't tell you how excited I am. Let's just put it that way. So, and then we also. Probably one of the bigger talks around town of our signing was Sir Wallace out of Hawaii. He was somebody that we kind of recruited from afar over, really over the phone and through emails and things like that. Came up for a visit on a weekend. We had a pretty bad snowstorm that weekend. So when he got picked up at the airport, and he's in a Hawaiian short and shirts in the middle of the snow, and loved every minute of it, and you gotta kind of appreciate, here's somebody that hasn't been in the snow ever in their life. And so he embraced it and really soaked everything up about it. Family's really huge to him, and so for him to see that family atmosphere that we have here, and the things that he can do. He's an offensive lineman. He's got development process ahead of him to grow and get bigger and stronger and all those things. But there's a lot of kids just like Sir Wallace that you can talk about, that just the more you talk to them and you get to know them, the more you fall in love with them. and you're going to fall in love with with his family when they come, and it's phenomenal, and it was pretty exciting for me because I had done some student teaching in Hawaii to be able to kind of go back and relive some of those glory days with some of the things that the experiences that he lives and some of the places that I've been when I was out there. So pretty fun experience, and we're really excited for him to be joining us, and I know he's really excited too. And then lastly, we went back to Las Vegas. We signed some kids out of there last year, and so Coach Slager went back down there. Las Vegas, again, another place where we have direct flights. And we came across Isiah Bigby, who was a guy that, I mean, we've been blown away by from the second we started recruiting him, not just as a person, but ability-wise. And he's a guy that could have played at a lot of high schools there in Las Vegas. They have a very big private school there. It's one of the more well-known high schools in the country, and he didn't want to go there. He wanted to stay for the high school where he played with all his buddies and that he grew up with, even if they weren't as successful as the school across town, which tells you a lot about his character. His dad's a coach, coaches basketball, and very good in that aspect. My mom's salt of the earth, just phenomenal. His sister's a very good athlete as well. I mean, so very athletic family. Got his head screwed on as straight as you could possibly put it. Highly rated in recruiting services. You don't find a lot of Division II kids that you can get out on recruiting services and find their names, and he's one of them. So we're excited what he can do and what he can do early. I think you look at our defensive backfield, and as I talk about a number of defensive backs that we're bringing in, we graduated 3 seniors there. So as much as any other position that we have a need, we have a very inexperienced group that's on our campus right now, and so we need to find those guys that can play early, and Isiah is somebody that we've kind of earmarked that we think that he's got an opportunity to compete early. See what he can do when he gets onto the college field and those type of things, but he can hit. He can fly all over the field. He's played deep coverage. He's played down in the box. He's done all of those things. And Las Vegas is similar to Los Angeles and similar to Phoenix to the point where they play year-round football. It's very important to them in the makeup of their communities. And it'll be very exciting to see what he does once he gets through fall camp and see where he positions himself on the depth chart.